What causes conflict and stress? Well, conflict is actually a difference of values, wants, needs and expectations. So when it comes to causes of conflict, the list is endless. Think about how easy is it to be misunderstood or actually misinterpreting information. So misunderstanding is really interpreting what we see as an event in a negative way, and that leads to conflict. Let me explain a bit more in details. We all exposed to about 2 million bits of information every single second. Our brain can't cope with that information. And our 5 senses, which is the seeing, the smelling, the tasting, the hearing, but also the feeling, needs to delete, it needs to distort, and it needs to generalize information so it makes sense to us. How can I stay calm during a conflict? Well, the first thing you can do is you can actually appreciate the positive intention of the other person. What I mean by that is we need to look beyond the behaviors. And although we don't like the behaviors and we disapprove of the behaviors, we need to see what is going on behind that behavior. What is the actual intention of the person? And quite often we will find out, even if a person may get a bit aggressive or loud, the intention of the person perhaps is to gain back some control, to be understood, to be listened to. How can I resolve conflicts? Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to acknowledge that there is a conflict. Quite often we are still a bit in denial, we kind of come up with ideas of, yeah, it's not that bad, don't worry about it, it will go away. No, it will not. We do need to tackle conflicts as early as possible before they get out of hands. So what we need to do is, ultimately, we need to have a conversation. Get that conversation started. You see, the problem is not to have a conversation, the problem is not to have a conversation. What effective strategies can I use to prevent conflicts? Well, it's actually quite simple. Let's just take care of the people that are around us. And it doesn't matter if it's our family, our friends, or our employees. You see, we all have a need to fulfill certain requirements in our life. Our human needs, in other words. We all are different, but at the same time, we are very similar. If we go really to the core, we need to fulfill those needs. And the question is, how do we do that? Can we do it in a resourceful way? In a positive way? Or is it in an unresourceful way that creates stress?